Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Miss Hope. This here is Mika. And with us we have Farrah the Fox, and Mortimer the Moose, and Robbie the Dragon, and Wolfgang the Wolf. They're our friends and they're all going to join us tonight for story time. So today we're reading about Maddie's fridge. When Sophia and Maddie played at the park, they stretched their toes to the sky. They climbed to the top of the ladder and flew off the end of the slide. They stayed until the buildings grew long shadows and even the taxis stopped honking. Let's play on the climbing wall, Maddie said. No way, Sophia said. I can't reach. Yes way! Maddie scooted up to the top of the wall. Your turn. There's Maddie climbing up. There's Sophia. She looks very skeptical. Sophia put a foot on the bottom rock, grabbed with one hand and stretched, but she couldn't reach the next hold. There she's stretching. Maddie's at the top. Sophia's stomach growled. I give up. Let's go get a snack. No way, Maddie said. Let's stay here. Yes way. Sophia ran to Maddie's building and raced up the stairs. Wait! Maddie ran after her. Maddie was the best climber, but Sophia was the fastest runner. There's Maddie running up the stairs, and there's Sophia. She's so fast. Sophia swung open the door of Maddie's fridge. What have you got? We have milk, Maddie said. I'm saving it for Ryan. He's still little. Why doesn't your mom go to the store? Sophia asked. We don't have enough money. But what if you get hungry? We have some bread, Maddie said. And there's the fridge. There's just the milk, and there's Maddie. She looks kind of sad, don't you think? I guess I'll go home to eat, Sophia said. Please don't tell anyone, Maddie said. Okay. Promise? I promise. Sophia ran home past the bookstore and the grocery store. The sun went down behind the buildings and took all the colors with it. Running past the bookstore and the grocery store, you can see the sunset colors. And there's Sophia running. Good timing, Mom said. Dinner's almost ready. Luis was wrestling on the floor with Pepito. Sophia opened the refrigerator door. Pepito peeked inside. Sophia's fridge was full of milk and eggs and tortillas and cheese and lettuce and jam and salsa and tofu and even half a can of dog food. There's Pepito, it's Luis, and there's Mom. Look at how full their fridge is. There's so much food. There's Pepito looking in the fridge with her. Here you go, Mom said. Sophia and Luis each had a plate of fish and rice. Mom had a plate of fish and rice. Even Pepito had his bowl of dog food with a little bit of fish and rice. Maddie and Ryan only had some bread and a small carton of milk. Sophia couldn't tell Mom. She had to keep her promise to Maddie. Not fish again, Luis said. I want cheesy pizza bombs. Cheesy pizza bombs are a treat, Mom said. Fish is a good source of protein. Is fish good for kids? Sophia asked. Yes, Mom smiled. Fish is perfect for kids. Hi, Mika. That night, Sophia had an idea. What do you think she's doing? You can see her down here, she's thinking about Maddie. And they have all this food. Maddie only has a little food. And down here she's thinking. She looks like she has a sandwich bag, and a fish, and her backpack. Maddie said the next day. Oh, Sophia said, double yuck. Fish may be good for kids, but fish is not good for backpacks. See, it's stinky. After school, Sophia and Maddie raced to the climbing wall. Sophia got there first, but Maddie scrambled past her to the top of the wall. Sophia stretched, and she stretched. Keep trying, Maddie said. You'll get it. I can't, Sophia jumped down. It's too high. That night, Sophia, Luis, and Mom ate frittata. Pepito had his dog food, with a little bit of frittata. Maddie and Ryan still had an empty refrigerator. Sophia couldn't ask for help. That would break her promise. She had to try again. There's Pepito. There's a whole family. They're all eating. Are eggs good for kids? Sophia asked. Not as good as cheesy pizza bombs, Luis said. Cheesy pizza bombs are a treat, Mom said. Eggs are good for you. After dinner, Sophia packed eggs for Maddie and Ryan. There's Maddie. She's thinking about her. She doesn't have much food. She's packing eggs in her backpack to give to Maddie. Yuck, Maddie said. Double yuck, Sophia said. Eggs may be good for kids, but eggs are not good for backpacks. See, they're stinky. They went bad in the backpack. Sophia and Maddie raced to the climbing wall. Sophia won again, but Maddie shot past her to the top of the wall. Sophia grabbed one hold, reached for the next, and came down with a thump. That happens sometimes, Maddie called. This is impossible, Sophia said. Keep trying, Maddie said. You'll get it. See how tall the wall is? Sophia's trying. Maddie's up at the top, telling her she can do it. That night, Sophia, Luis, and Mom had burritos. Pepito had his dog food, with a little bit of burrito and no salsa. Maddie and Ryan still had an empty fridge. Sophia wished she hadn't promised Maddie. Are burritos good for kids? Sophia asked. Burritos are very good for you, Mom said. Not as good as, Luis started to say. You should pay attention to nutrition like your sister, Mom said. The next morning, Sophia put 2 burritos in her backpack, along with tortillas, beans, cheese, and even some milk. See, Sophia's thinking about Maddie and Ryan again, how they don't have much food. There she's packing the burrito and all the ingredients. No thanks, Maddie said. You haven't even looked, Sophia said. Is it fish? Maddie asked. No. Is it eggs? No. Is it gross? I don't know, Sophia said. Maddie shook the backpack. Something sloshed. Let's look together, Maddie said. 1, 2, 3, go! Burritos are good for kids, and good for backpacks too. Do you want some milk? Sophia asked. Thanks, Maddie said, but I'll save the milk for Ryan. See, they found the burritos and they were still good in the backpack. Sophia and Maddie raced to the climbing wall. Sophia won as usual and tried to climb. You can do it, Maddie said. Take my hand. Woohoo! I made it to the top, Sophia shouted. We're the tallest kids in the park, Maddie said. Thanks for helping me, Maddie. I couldn't do it alone. Maddie shrugged. That's what friends are for. See there, Maddie's helping Sophia climb, and there they are at the top together. After they finished playing, Sophia walked home past the bookstore and the grocery store. Her own fridge was full of milk and juice and chicken and yogurt and bread and carrots and even half a can of dog food. She thought and thought. Maddie's fridge only had 2 tortillas and a cup of beans and a bit of cheese and a little more milk than before. I know this is a long book, isn't it, Mika? It's worth it, I promise. Sophia didn't want to break her promise, but she couldn't help Maddie alone. Sophia told. She hoped Maddie wouldn't be mad. She's telling her mom. I'm glad you told me, Mom said. Let's see what we can do together. They loaded grocery bags with milk, flour, chicken, carrots, sugar, oil, and even frozen meat and vegetables. Luis pulled his package of cheesy pizza bombs out of the freezer. He thought and thought and thought some more. Then he put his cheesy pizza bombs in Maddie and Ryan's bag. For a treat, he said. There's Luis. He's giving away the cheesy pizza bombs. And there's Pepito. He's trying to help too. At Maddie's apartment, the moms talked. Luis and Ryan played. Sophia and Maddie ran to the park. There's the moms talking. Luis and Ryan and Pepito. It's just like Mika. You broke your promise, Maddie said. I'm sorry, Sophia said. Are you mad? A promise is important, Maddie said. You're more important, Sophia said. I wanted you to have milk too. Maddie smiled. Are we still friends? Sophia asked. Always, Maddie said. Double always, Sophia said. Cheesy pizza bombs, Luis yelled. Our moms made cheesy pizza bombs for a treat. Sophia and Maddie raced up the stairs. Sophia slowed down so they could run together. That's what friends are for. The end. Thank you for joining me. I hope you liked that story as much as I did. I think it's a really good lesson. We can always help our friends. Have a good day.